I want to congratulate our students for bringing this together, and I want to appreciate all the people who have supported the program. So you are welcome to the University of Lagos, the University of First Choice, and the nation's pride.
We like the concept of the investment society in UNILAG, that we're trying to replicate the same thing in other universities in Nigeria.
Colloquium is the largest student investment conference in Sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, it is. And a round of applause for us, please.
Coming to this room, we're talking of the future leaders, and I congratulate once again the Investment Society for bringing this colloquium to life. The question is, how prepared are you for leadership in this future that we're talking about? Now is the time for Africa and Africans to leverage that growth through application of innovative ideas and leadership.
Nigeria's future is very much in your hands. It's very much in the hands of the incredible, exciting new businesses and innovation that's coming out of this market. And I genuinely do believe that technology is one of our easiest ways to lift not only hundreds of thousands of people, but potentially millions of people out of poverty in this country.
Technology is something we cannot do without. And when we talk of digitization or implementing solutions that would enable the automation of certain processes, you have all that in place today. Knowledge will continue to increase, and people are looking for innovative ways, to make sure that the world is a better place.
So tech is here to stay. It's progressing and all of that. And even as a business person, let's say
infrastructure are long-term assets. You need long-term capital to support their growth.
There's no such thing as a risk-free investment. You can have low risk, you can have moderate risk, you can have high risk.
Investors are looking for safe, long-term assets.
And usually sponsor the first guy who has the idea. That person is usually a local company or businessman with a good track record of having delivered on other companies and projects he's worked on.
And I'll tell you straight away, if you don't have the network to raise funding, you have the network to push your idea.
So you see a lot of people out there, they have these wonderful ideas, but they see that they are not getting traction. You are not getting traction because in this part of the world, all of your ideas is more or less competing against the basic necessities.
More young people are knocking on the door, which means that more young people are approaching the bench.
It says it falls upon a generation to be great. It says we can be that great generation. The task will not be easy, but not to do it to be crime against humanity.
Because millennials are flighty. Millennials will not be about competition, they're more about collaboration. They like open feedback. They want to know if something's wrong, it will be fixed quickly. On a more macro level, when you look at the data of millennials driving diversity, one of the things that's happened is that millennials are changing and how it's driving growth. They're changing the way we define work.
Millennials are more likely to be entrepreneurs than our own generation. And that's one of the things that push them in the direction of that entrepreneurship. Something is still missing. I want to do something. I want to do something maybe to solve a problem or to meet a need, or just there's something out there that I think I have been made for. And that's where the issue of talent and ability comes into play.
And we are not random. We're not born to be random. Millennials are not random. We're thinkers. We're breaking the glass ceiling.
It's important for us to audit that level right now, the relationship between the baby boomers, the Generation X, and millennials. Otherwise, you have 40% of what a millennial can do. They'll always be afraid of this older person that's trying to put them into a culture they don't fit in, that they'll withdraw.
I always get worried when people ask me, what's the new thing you are doing? Because I'm like, we don't need to do new things, we need to do impactful things.
Make sure you grow by partnership and not just by building new things, because you burn cash trying to do that for a market that is not necessarily developed.
Don't build the structure. You don't start at the peak of your career. You build the structure over time. Whether it takes you 1 year or 10 years is not material. but just start building the structure. You start finding people who can put skin in the game for you if you don't have.
Because that's also one thing millennials need to learn and to know, that at every stage of life, you are going through a path. You must learn as much as you can at every point of experience. Because at the end of the day, that's what will make a complete you.
In all this, it's very important that we are very much aware. Many of us are going out there. Some of us would work for all these companies, right? And some of us would also be entrepreneurs, start our own companies. But one thing you must realize is that digital has come to stay. And digital is about customer experience, it's about operations excellence in order to make sure that the customer gets the best of it. So it's very important that we're prepared for it. And I want to wish us the very best, even as we launch out even from here.
So I challenge each of you. There's no one out there that has a right to do better than you can. It is in your mind, it is within your capacity, it's within your capability to prove every other person wrong. Go out there and be the star that you are destined to be. So once again, my pleasure to be here. It's time for us to have a good time. Thank you very much and have a brilliant colloquium.
Just a parting gift to everyone. I want to invite our very own Popo the comedian. Unilag students know Popo. Kill it.
Want to have sexy figure? Let me tell you a tip. Everybody wants to attain the Coke shape bottle, but what you don't know is the shape good. The shape good, but she know say from the neck up, not in the day inside Coke. Me say you don't go get sense. Thank you.
Loving you, na scam. Oh, I don't try.
Major banks. Okay. Every time, why am I money? Every time, why am I money? Hello, baby, have you sent it? You don't even know what you do to me. So if I call a show, bamboo, yeah. All I'm gonna get you is scammer. I dey follow you for back. Maybe you blow my mind. I know.